I shave my legs for this. Oh, I'm so excited about tonight. I have all these great music guests. I get to hang out with my friend Wanda, do tarot card readings. Oh, I'm so excited. Shoot, what time is it? Wanda, it's time.
Oh, hi guys. Oh shit. Just getting ready for the show. I'll see you, real soon. Life according to Kelly and Wanda. Ciao. Are we live? We are so live.
And here we are.
Oh my God.
Did you while you're eating your ham?
I just, my timing was perfect.
Oh, yeah. You just went, oh.
Yep. Just let the last piece go down. Yeah, exactly.
Like a python. It's right now, it's traveling down your belly.
Right. And it's kicking a little bit.
As you can see on the intro, Wanda's just doing her hair, so she'll be here soon.
God, yeah.
I finished shaving my legs pretty quick, though.
Yeah, I know, and your face too.
Yeah, that's just a wipe off. That was just whipped cream from the donut I was eating earlier.
Oh. Well, where were the sprinkles?
Well, that's secret. No.
Okay.
We have such great guests tonight.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Right? We have Jeff Thomas and his daughter Heather.
Yeah.
Or should I just say Heather Thomas and her father Jeff, which I don't know.
Well, if you're going for the chicken and the egg thing, I think Jeff came first.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm chick, girl power. Gotta stick with the women, man. Women. And Kirby Sewell's on. Great talent, powerhouse singer. I liked always going to his shows because everyone in the band is like 7 feet tall, except for the bass player.
Well, even Jay was not that short, though.
Jay Cho was shorter than me. And this I know, Jay Cho and I share like a birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're like pretty much the same age, and we're both bass players, and we're both really cool. I don't know. No. Right. I really like Jay.
If you say so.
He's a wonderful guy to even just sit down and have a talk to. And he's a very talented bass player. And I remember, when you sit there and you think someone's like super talented, and then just sit there, he was doing this jazz show with Jason Kendall, and he hadn't played any of those jazz numbers in years because he was in the US for a while, and it was like his first show back, and it was his birthday, and when I just met him and I just seen him someone that good nervous, it kind of makes you
yeah.
I guess even the fabulous get nervous.
Right.
Oops, what the heck was that? I think a dragon ran by. Ooh, that's pretty good Adobe.
You got ghosts going on, man.
Oh, yeah. So Wanda's coming. She's just, she astounds me because that woman can do so many things at once. She is so tough. She inspires me to be like her.
Yeah. And testimony that you can have COVID and resume life after it.
Yeah.
If anyone can testify to that, the way
testify.
No, but for sure, because it's not like resuming her life is laying on the couch all day long. Not a bit.
I really kept an eye on her during COVID. Because we'd spent some time together. But I really wanted to know. I wanted answers aside from what the media gives you. And the one side effect that's really seems to affect her is that her endurance and ability, she gets tired quicker. But every week she gets a little less tired. So she's getting there.
Yeah.
But today she was with all her grandchildren, and it sounds like they went on quite an adventure.
Oh, if you need to run around and catch them and everything else is like that becomes exhausting real quick.
That's what rope is for.
For me, is that what you did with your children? You just like rope them up, lassos style. I was like, that's how I'll get you. I'll sit in this chair and I'll just practice my roping.
I grew up. I was born in Toronto, and I guess our house went right onto the water. And I was a total super freak when I was a toddler. So my mom actually did tie me into a harness. And then she took a rope and hammered it into the middle of the yard so I could only go so far. So I was like a dog on a leash.
You know, that explains a lot.
Yeah, well, what can I say? So let's get to our first guest.
Tethered, it's like, woo!
And a lot of people don't know this, but we had a rehearsal today, so that was nice that we can still do that. I don't know. I don't know if they've made new announcements or not, but yeah.
No, I don't think so. I haven't seen anything come across.
Yeah, I actually only watch the news once in a lot less because I'm afraid it just sets my day off, and it's such a
yeah, exactly.
I'll just live in denial. I'll just stay home, be safe, and distance myself. You know what my favorite TV channel is? Like when I finally stopped, working in the office and I decided to go to the living room and chill out. It's $1.99, or at least with Shaw Cable, and it's Frame, and it just shows you sceneries of the world. Nobody's talking at me. Nobody's saying anything. They're not telling me what to think or what not to think or how things are bad or good, whatever. It's just sceneries of the world. Yeah. Sometimes is there music in the background, or
a little bit of music in the background, and you get to travel from. They call it armchair tourist, and that's really what it is. It's like so you get to see it's like sceneries of some of it is cityscapes and some of it is just like beautiful landscape and some of it is local. Like there was the other night, it was like an hour of pictures of Jasper National Park, which was great because it's like why do we put pictures and paintings on our wall is to have that kind of decor or like from the inside so we don't feel claustrophobic, right?
Yeah.
So that's every night. That's what I do. I just turn on that, and I know it's safe. You know what I mean? It's not something that's gonna come and depress me suddenly, or.
I was gonna say, as far as scenery is, I bought these new boards. They were not cheap, but what I do is I always put a little bit of money aside, like little bits, like here and there. And after about a year, it builds up, and then I buy myself something really nice that I normally wouldn't buy.
Right.
And so I bought these paddle boards, and they were like expensive.
Oh, okay.
But they're made here. They're made by it's a local company, Calgary company, and I'm so excited because they actually transform. You can add a seat, and it turns into a kayak as well.
Right.
So I'm gonna get the real thing.
When you're tired of falling from standing,
you
can just like sit in them, right on.
Yeah, you can just sit and coast. You can fish in them.
Awesome. Because I never really got the paddleboard thing. Like when you can sit in a kayak and maneuver like crazy in one of those. Yeah. When you see everybody doing the whitewater stuff, it's amazing. And then you're like, oh, but here's a newer idea. Stand on a paddleboard and try and get yourself across the lake without falling over. Sound like I don't know. I don't get it myself.
I think once a couple tries, I think you'd get the hang of it, and you'd realize it's actually a pretty good, relaxing, kind of peaceful thing. And the thing I liked about these paddleboards with this local company is that they go shrink down, like it comes with a pump, and you pump them. So it's this kit that you wear in a bag. It's a backpack, and it's kit, and you wear it so you could backpack anywhere, and then you inflate it, go on your thing, and then deflate it, put it back in the backpack, and hike back down to wherever. started. So.
Wow, inflatable board, eh? That's no, I hadn't seen or heard of that. That's and that's a good angle too, to be able to say, okay, we can go up to this lake that's a bit of a hike, and
nothing worse than lugging. Like this last year, me and John borrowed his brother's canoe, and oh my god, that thing's heavy. It was a big canoe, and so we would hike it down to where the car could go down to the water, and even just that 1 kilometer was a lot.
Well, that's part of the traditional Canadian canoe adventure, is to do the portages.
Yeah, don't go canoeing at Ghost Lake or whatever, because those motorboats, they don't give a shit about you. They go flying by, and me and John were still kind of learning, and those are wobbly because he's 250 pounds, right? And he's in the back, and the boat went. I didn't know a boat went by, and we started going like this, and I look, and his hands were on the outside of the boat, and he's going like this.
Right.
I thought he was doing it to be a dick, so I said, "Smarten up," and I took my oar and I just threw a whole bunch of mountain water right in his face. Because I thought he was trying to tip us to be a jerk. But what happened in reality, he was horrified and thought he was going to die. Imagine you think you're going to die, and then all of a sudden you have a big splash of water. It's like, bitch.
Fun times.
Anyways, we should get to our guests. We got some wonderful guests waiting in the green room.
Sure.
So we have Jeff and Heather waiting. We might as well bring them both on. Boink, boink.
Hey,
here we go.
Jeff. I've got not the same desk, but I've got one of those very similar roll-up top desks that right behind you. Like, I saw it, and it's like, I need to have it now. That's it. No debate. It's like, oh, that's kind of nice. No, it's like, I need it. Anyway, it's not here in this room, but
that desk was built by the workers. My grandfather in the UK was this communist organizer, and he organized all the labor forces in his town, and they built him this desk and gave it to him.
No way.
Yeah.
So he was like a union man, or union?
It was a little pre the union days, but he was like the guy. He was the guy that lobbied for 5-day work weeks and not working weekends, or not working more than 12 hours a day. That was his shtick. Yeah.
Hey, look, we're all benefiting from the hard battles that all predecessors have taken on, right?
Oh yeah,
for sure. So your heritage is from the UK.
Yeah, Scotland, and Jeff Thomas, and my grandfather's name was John Thomas. Like, how much more British do you get? But my mother's side was Scotland, and we actually don't really know where my father's side, like somewhere in Eastern Europe, and they kept getting a little bit further west until they ended up in Canada.
Oh, right. Yeah, what's that island where the train is on? I just know Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh yeah. There's it's funny. Like, there's this tugboat called Theodore out in the East Coast right now, and they're relocating it to Ontario. But this friend of mine did all the music for this show, like Theodore the Tugboat, and this is way back. Like, I'm old, right? So my friends are old too. But it was a thing, and then they made this actual tugboat that had like the steam thing with the face on it. It was
it looked like a full-size plastic toy, but to scale to and they were putting out a contest too. This is not that long ago. This is maybe like 5-6 years ago. They put out a contest to name it, and I think the name that won was Bodie McBoatface, right?
That was it. That was in the UK. Yeah, Bodie McBoatface. And they've had other naming contests since then with equally brilliant results. Like, that's just like UK theater right there. Come on, bring it on here.
So, were you born in Canada, or did you emigrate, or was it your parents, or?
Oh, I was born in Edmonton. Yeah, so
Oh,
that's part
okay.
of Canada. I think that was Canada. Yeah, it was like
It is.
wasn't that long ago.
That's the knife capital of.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sorry for you.
Yeah. No, I was only in Edmonton for like 6 months, and then it was like California, and then Michigan, and then
California.
wound up back in Canada after that. Yeah, so mostly Canadian. I'm fully on Canadian, but having seen other places, that's
Right.
Canadian, right?
Well,
Hey,
there's also thanks to some well, there's a lot of writers, but I'm not that familiar, but we all know the Tragically Hip that told like beautiful Canadian stories that
yeah.
everybody had forgotten about, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
man, you listen to those lyrics and it's like, oh, this is a story of like, this is real Canadiana, right?
I love that tradition of Canadian songwriters. Like, who is that Snowbird lady? From the East Coast, she was a most famous singer, and then there was Gordon Lightfoot, obviously, but
Right.
the Tragically Hip, all these people writing about Canadians and Canada and all the places, and even the Guess Who, like running back to Saskatoon. I think that was Guess Who, maybe that was Burton Cummings. I don't know, but I love that. Chilliwack. Like these bands that named themselves Queen City Kids after parts of Canada.
Right.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Just going to. I don't know if you guys notice that you can see the comments when people comment here.
Oh.
And this is from it's from Art. He just wanted to say hi, and he can't wait to see you out in the clubs again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be good, boy.
Oh my God! When we start up again, trouble.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, is it gonna be like, are we all gonna be elbowing each other to get? It's my turn. Get out of the way. Or what's it gonna be?
We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. It depends, because Calgary had a great scene, right? There was lots of venues, that had live jams for everybody to be able to participate in. So if all those venues, when they're green light, they do it again, then there won't be so much elbowing. Like, everybody will have a place to go without having to go across town and find out that there's like 200 of us jammers at the one place that has
And I'm pretty diligent when it comes to kicking people off the stage.
I know.
Get out of here! Your turn's over.
It's a double-edged sword when you're hosting a jam and suddenly you have like lots of people, and now you're like, oh my God, I've only got a 3-hour slot to fit all these people, and now I've got to be. It's not the kind of friendly, everybody have fun time, because now I got to time everything nice and tight.
Someone's got to be the bitch.
But when it's popular, then and that happens, then and when it's not popular, then everybody gets like lots of time.
Yeah, do another set. I'm just gonna go play some pool.
Well, Calgary, it's so different. Like, this is the only city where I've seen so many open mics and jams, and like lots of other places. You got a show, and there's like a few, I don't know, like karaoke nights or jam nights, but nothing like that's all over the place in Calgary. I don't know. Is it just a Calgary thing, or is this everywhere?
I don't know. Just as we continue on, I want to play some of your music right away. Entertains, give us something to talk about. So what would you like me to start with? Is Boom Boom, is that one of your
Boom 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 Boom. So the Merge is this band concept, which it's not really a band. It's just like people that I know. And so like we just squish them all together into the Merge, package it up. And so Boom Boom is the latest thing. And I love it. But personally, I love it. And so
are you on this, Heather, too?
Yeah, Heather's singing on it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He's so quiet, eh?
I wanted to make sure that it was you. It could have been somebody else.
Tell us about your experience. Heather, when you did that?
Well, wait. I came to Calgary because I don't live in Calgary. I live in Winnipeg. But I came to Calgary to work on a bunch of songs with my dad. So it was somewhere like the exact moment that we did it might be lost in the tequila of it all. But
Awesome.
it was very fun. It was a fun time.
Awesome. So I got it queued up. Let's watch it. I love talking about something and then everyone can see what the heck's going on. Awesome. So I got that.
Now you're begging for sympathy. All your lovers have set you free. Oh, take it back. Oh, take it back. Oh, baby, don't take it back. Seems you only want me for your memories. Be like living in a dream. That's not for me. We both know that's not for me. Oh, baby, don't take it back. 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 When I gave you every moment, and you showed me with your eyes, but the truth is that you broke. Oh, baby, I'm realized. Oh, baby, I'm realized. Oh, baby, I'm realized. Since you only want me for your memories, be like living in a dream. That's not for me. No, these blues is not for me. Oh, baby, take it back. Oh, baby, take it back. Oh, baby, you're lying and cheating. Now you're begging for sympathy. All your lovers have set you free. Oh, baby, don't take it back. 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 Take it back. Oh, baby, don't take it back.
Yay!
Yeah. Good times. Woo.
That's fun.
What inspired that? Like, I love it. I love it.
Oh, you know what? It's so weird the way that came about. It actually in Hollywood. So Holly Magnus plays drums on this thing.
Yeah.
And this thing it's like taken like, I don't know, 2-3 years to get done. And she would say it started as this thing, and then it went way over here, and then back over here, and then it went over here. It was just a ton of fun. But we had a song, right? The song idea, get that going, and this idea about relationships and the dynamics, and so the song came, and then it was like, okay, what am I gonna do with this? And that's like all the merge stuff, is like finding people that add their own little bit. And so Holly did a great thing on the drums, and then I had my buddy Blair on the bass, who just like funked it up and boom. And then Glenn write some guitar stuff over top of it. And Heather, unfortunately, we had to redo. We did the vocals at least twice. Like I think it was at least twice because it started out different than it ended. And you know, it's kind of like, okay, here's where we're going. This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
that's usually the way it goes. You know, start with an idea and then
I just roll with it. I just go with it. Like another time, okay, I'll do another take. Whatever you want.
Well, Heather, you've been in some what I would call interesting projects, but you don't like neither of you come as like you know, without some kind of there's obviously some experience behind everything you've been doing. This is not a short story that yesterday you woke up as a musician and there's a song, right? So, and since you guys are a family, obviously that must have been in the household right from the get-go for you, Heather, or was it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up. My dad was always playing the guitar. He was always playing acoustic guitar, electric as well. Like he was constantly playing, and I just heard all these songs that he listened to and played, and they were all these, you know, folk legends in my mind now. And so I was exposed to that super young, like good songwriting and real storytelling in music.
Right.
And I think that really informed my kind of choices as I grew up and wanted to get into music as well.
Right. Yeah, because it's not the bubblegum radio friendly, not radio friendly, but I see like anyway, the bubblegum that they put on the pop charts, right? Mm-hmm. And everything you guys have done has always been a lot more deep and not necessarily more complicated, but just deep and thoughtful. Or
you haven't heard our early stuff.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's the road too, you know.
You know what?
And no one else will either.
I'll tell you, Heather, the one thing that, because I grew up the same way. My mom was always playing guitar and singing. My dad played multiple instruments. And even though as a kid, you're just doing your own thing, and you do come to those instruments when they're not looking and play around with all their stuff, but just having it in that foreground or in the background, it absorbs into you, and you don't even realize how much you've taken in.
Absolutely. Yeah. I can't tell you how many Gordon Lightfoot lyrics I know, because I'm sure if one comes on that I'm like, oh, never heard of it, as soon as it starts playing, I'll be like singing along.
Right.
Unfortunately for me, it was my dad played the accordion, and it was a lot of polkas I know that I shouldn't know.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. It's funny. It's like this old time polka will come on, so I'll hear it somewhere, and I'll go.
I love polkas.
I'll go. I actually know that song.
Yeah. Everybody should go to a polka party.
Okay, actually, I have another one here. You said this is the day we met, Jeff, when you met us.
Oh yeah. I met you and Bob and Willie, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, out
in the venue in Cochrane. Yeah, I don't know why we ended up going out there. We were always just kind of like, whenever Heather would come into town, we would go and try to find a jam.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know, it's funny. Like you and I were gonna actually kind of record this song, and you'd sent me a new version. We were gonna work on it. But I realized when you sent me that, I had no way to record anything except on a crappy device. So it took me a while to figure out what to do and how to make that happen. So we still may do that thing that you and I were talking about.
Yeah, I got you covered. If you need help, let me know.
Yeah, it's just, well, now I I got software and an interface so I can plug in and go right into my laptop, but I had no idea what to do.
All right.
So
Cool.
if anyone has questions, they can put in the comments. We do have comments here, and you want to know about how to record your own stuff and ask questions, we're here for you. Okay, so let me just hit play on this and hear your Heather's beautiful voice.
Yeah.
That's me on bass, Bob on guitar. Oh, cool. And Willie on the drums. And that's Heather with her blondie hair.
I'm all natural now.
Oh,
I got the goosebumps.
It's fun that we were all part of that. That's always
That was
a good thing.
awesome. Yeah.
It's a good time.
Nice
I need to order some
revisit
chicken
that.
wings.
What?
It's so
I
sad.
could
I
go
haven't
for
done
some.
that in so long.
What, chicken wings?
That too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of that.
I know, eh? Especially when you know they're 100 calories a wing.
Oh man,
Like,
At
oh,
least.
crap.
what a treat.
Yeah. No, seriously, it is. So if you want to have 3 wings, you got to play tennis for like an hour.
Yeah.
That's it. No, I didn't mean to bring you down. Chicken wings. I thought, what's funny? I thought that they're chicken, damn it. How could that be bad?
I love the US model where the restaurants, all the chain restaurants, have to publish the calorie information about their meals. And it's shocking. It's like, holy, like that's 1,400 calories, that dish?
Right.
Would you order that if you knew that?
That's just the dessert after the 2,000 calories main deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heather, I wanted to kind of know what were your influences after Dad's influences, let's say, right? Because some of the projects that I heard you participate in is definitely unique, and wondering where that came from, or like you had a path
I think there were a few people that were really, really influential as I was kind of like coming of age, I guess, coming into my early 20s, and starting with Eva Cassidy.
Oh, big fan.
Just loved her vocal delivery, just loved how emotive she was. Even she was mostly singing songs that weren't hers. Like Live at Blues Alley was one of my favorite albums as a kid, as a teen. And I think there's a jazz singer called Kurt Elling who I really, really grew to love very quickly as soon as I basically heard what he did. Joey Landreth, I don't know if you're familiar with the Landreth brothers. When I was younger, I played with them in different bands in Winnipeg, but Joey Landreth played a Kurt Elling song for me, and after that, I was absolutely hooked. Just an amazing vocalist. And then I was such a fan of the Backstreet Boys, I can tell you. So yeah, there was some varied influences there after my dad got a hold of me. Joni Mitchell, yeah.
Right, but well, because your stuff with Atlas, and I forget what the other band was called before that.
I forget too. Oh, what I'm doing right now is called my project now is Diaphany.
Okay, and like that's not mainstream, straightforward either. Like what I was getting at is the writing and the influences, like in that music, was out of the box. Right, it's non-standard, and you obviously don't just come up with that on your own without hearing. What I'm saying, not that you can't write it on your own, but you got to have a taste for it to be able to want to go there, right? And so that's why I was asking what the influences would be, just to open that and say that door is wide open. You can go there and then make your own out of it. Right?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I don't shy away from anything, and a lot of the time I feel like it's really hard for me to narrow down and pick a genre that I want to perform in. So it's been a struggle for me to choose one thing that I love, because there's so many things in so many genres that I'm interested in. So jazz, pop, electronic music, blues, like R&B. There's like experimental music. Like there's a lot of things that I'm interested in, and I try to distill those things down to whatever I'm working on at the moment. And sometimes I find I'm more successful than others.
It depends who you're with too. Like
It does.
not everybody has such a broad vision of understanding and or being able to play, right? Like sometimes you get people and it's like, well, that's the sound you're getting no matter what you try and throw at them, right? So
Yeah.
but I
That's
guess
cool.
that's where the merge idea is a good idea, where you can just pull in whatever you need. Like if you need a DJ for one thing, you just call them in for that one thing. It's not like it's part of a band. It's just more collaboration of whoever.
That's
And
the most fun thing, right? Like making things with other people rather than just like sitting in your own box and creating something that just you enjoy. No, I think the best thing, collaboration is amazing, right?
so is that what the last project is about? Or what's that?
Which last project? Like
Well, your
Diana?
last project, like your current project, let's say.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think like Diaphany started as something that I just going in a different direction from what I was doing before and wanted to collaborate more. Yes, that was a really big part of it. Definitely, I love the idea. Like recently in the pandemic, I love. I've really embraced collaborating remotely. So
Right.
I found that like my skill set actually lies really well in just going off into my own little corner and thinking really hard for a few hours or like a couple days. And after I've done that, I feel like I've made something that I'm really proud of, and I can send it out back to the musicians that gave me their original project or whatever. Like I just feel like there's something that I get from just going into my own, like I feel like I'm calling it my, like, I'm an Elton John songwriter, because Bernie would send him the lyrics and then Elton would just sit in his own room and write the song. And that's how I feel like someone give me one little piece of information, like one little track, and I'll just go into my little space and create something, but it's always in concert with someone else, but
Right.
it's never like in the moment.
Right. Well, sometimes it's good to let things speak to you. Like when we jam, we don't have that choice. It's like it's in the moment. It's like, how do you feel right now? No time to think. Just put it out, which is good. But at the same time, doing something when you got time for the music to speak to you, and you can listen to it over and over, and then suddenly you can like, oh, I hear something here, and you have time for all the knowledge you sponged up, everything you've heard that you sponged up. Suddenly it will come out because it will give it time to breathe. Like opening a wine, letting it breathe until it speaks to you.
Yes,
Tell me, what's this Motherless Children cover? Is that you or is that your dad?
That's mostly my dad, I think.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Dad.
I
That's
just
Dad.
saw it and I thought
Yeah.
maybe you.
No,
wrote
you should
it.
play. You should play. What's that song, Heather? What's your video song?
Something Better.
Something Better. Yeah, that would be a really good one to.
Did you give us a link to that? Because I'll pull it up easy.
I gave Bob a link to it.
No, Bob gave everything to me. We're like a team. We just pass it back.
Yeah,
and
that's a really good one.
Okay, so it's called, what'd you say again? Sorry.
Something Better.
Something Better. Not Tell Your Mom. No, just kidding. Tell your mother. Everything's mother. What's with you?
It's not a little creepy, is it?
It's motherless. Tell your mother. Mother beep. No, just kidding.
That's what I'm about to say.
It's the last one, Kelly.
Do you miss your mother, Jeff?
Oh, don't start. My mom is on Vancouver Island. I haven't seen her for a year because we can't go. They have full-time caregivers. It's the caregivers won't stay if I go, so I have to stay away.
I get exactly what you mean. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
No, it's
Okay, so I'm going to get ready. I'm going to play this here. Yeah. What's this? Tell me about this Something Better before we get started. What are we going to watch?
Well, the video is in this field that we found that had all these like art installations.
Your hair is insane. Sorry. I'm so jealous of it. I love it. Anyways. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, we found this field with all these art installations, and the song itself is just about kind of being stuck where you are, but being really aware of how stuck you are, and kind of enjoying being there, but like knowing you'll have to eventually get out of there.
Right. Kind of like COVID.
Oh man.
Oh man, eh? Here we go. It's coming.
Alrighty.
Who's got a rattle or shaking? I can hear it.
I come in the front door and you go out the back. It's a wholehearted laugh. When I think about it, we both run from what we know we want, and we both want the same thing, but we don't. When are we gonna talk openly about what we're doing? When are we gonna do something more than just screwing around? 'Cause I think I've found something better. It's a big bad idea in my head, oh my dear. Try to see through the dark, but the glass isn't clear. Why can't we look ahead, see the end of the line? Instead we stumble back most of the time. When are we gonna talk openly about what we're doing? When are we gonna do something more than just screwing around? 'Cause I think I've found something better. I think we found something better. I come in the front door and you go out the back. It's a wholehearted laugh when I think about it.
That is such a cool video.
Thank you.
Oh my god. It's like it's as I can't picture anything else to go with the song. It's like as far as like artsy as who did the video? Like is that you just have a like that's
I have
a piece
some
of
really talented pals. My really good friend Samantha Katz is a photographer who normally lives in Bali, but because the pandemic, she was forced to come back to Winnipeg as a Canadian citizen.
right.
And while she was back, we ended up having a chance to shoot the video. We based it all on like, we kind of wanted to make like a Wes Anderson style kind of reference that style. Yeah, and she's an amazing photographer. She's back in Bali now, which makes me so sad. I miss her.
Oh yeah. Well, it totally shows. Like she's got an eye for. Anyway,
She's
a
very
beautiful
talented,
video.
yes. Thank you.
So then now, have you got others down the pipe that are in the making, or?
Yes. I've got a couple more songs that are done, and I've done a live performance video that it's going to come out eventually. I'm not sure exactly when. For a few songs, I haven't recorded anything yet, so I'm kind of just figuring out when I'm gonna get everything recorded and what I want to do with everything. Just trying to be a smart businesswoman and not just throw everything out there like
Right.
willy-nilly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm writing.
Or like Willie Nelson.
No, I'll throw anything out there like Willie Nelson.
Oh, I muted you, Jeff. Here, let me pay it back. I was trying to figure out who had that little rattle that they kept moving around.
Yeah. I
It
don't know
was
who
you,
that is.
wasn't it?
Wait, yeah,
Yeah,
get him
scratch
in.
on
Get
the
him
rocks.
So were you two able to see each other in the last while, or?
I did go to Calgary at Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving, because the restrictions had loosened.
Right.
But yeah, not since then. So I saw just once.
Yeah, so it's nice to even do this. Like I was telling Jeff before we started the show that I do this with my family, like my aunts and uncles, because they don't know how to run much electronic anything. So I do it with them and get them together once a month because they all live across Canada, right?
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know. Jeff, what would you like us to play something of yours before we
I know. And first of all,
kick you out of here?
I'm noticing he's got quite a distillery going on in the background.
Yeah, like what's that all
He's a
about?
collector.
Yeah, no, I'm a user. It's no joke. I'm totally into the Scotch thing.
Yeah.
So, well, anybody wants to talk about Scotch, just reach out, and I'm your man. We'll share a few.
By Leonard
we'll talk-
Cohen.
Yeah.
I know that
Oh,
Morgan loves Scotch. I remember Morgan. He still drinks a little bit. He loves his Scotch.
Okay.
So next
All
time you
right.
see Morgan, because he said
Yeah.
he would come back during the summer for a bit. So
I'm looking for Scotch friends. So send them on. Bring them on.
I
Bring 'em
will.
on. Come on.
I'll hook
Yeah.
you guys up
Yeah.
for some
Thank you.
Scotch magic.
I'd like that. Yeah, very much.
So, Jeff, are you? Is the merge the only thing you're working on, or are you guys collaborating on maybe something together, or is it? Or you got your own thing going? Or?
Well, no, the merge is my creative outlet. I mean, I don't have. I work full time, and I'm not a full time musician, so the music has to kind of fit around other things, and so the merge works really well for that scenario. About like I have a song idea, and let's try to figure something out. So I have a song right now, which I'm embarrassed to say, like I've spoken to 90% of all the drummers that I know, and I don't have a drummer. I don't like, and it's like I can't go into the studio because the studio shut down, and there's so many different reasons. This is weird right now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, no, I don't have and Bob, everything that I do now, for the last 5 years, has been under the Merge banner. So is it a Merge thing? Yeah, it's a Merge thing because I'm shoving it into that Merge drawer and it's gonna get merged. That's how it works. Yeah.
Maybe you should put it into Merge Lane,
That was the whole idea at the beginning. That was the whole. It's the coming together, right? It's we're coming together. This is what it is, and
come together.
Everything's off. So
awesome.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Oh, well, I got a video here. It's us playing, and this is a drummer that we actually rehearsed with today.
Nice.
Rex. I call him Rex Amazo. I don't know why, because I think.
Well, that's because sadly Holly is very busy with her own adventures and doesn't have time for. Well, probably doesn't see much opportunity.
Walking the dog.
Yeah, walking the dog. Sounds like she's a yo-yo, professional yo-yo or something. Here, I'm just trying to get things going.
Like a famous.
Is this Tell Your Mama? Is this what are you lining up?
Yeah, that's what I got here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is Tell Your Mama was actually better than the Joneses. That was a band from way back, better than the Joneses, but now it's a merge tune.
Now it's emerged. Yeah, I'm just waiting because I don't know what's going on in this world, but
I don't know who was the drummer on this.
that's Rex. Rex. Yeah,
he's
we rehearsed
fun
with him today. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I like him. You
For
should
sure.
ask him if he wants to do a song. I got a song.
Yeah,
I need a drummer for.
Here we go. Woo, busy place.
I miss that sound.
Yeah.
The sound of people.
This is our jam at Murdoch's, if anyone's wondering.
To your mama where to go, because she might not know. We're not turning to all of us. We are all not alone. Though there's to your mama where to go. Because she might not know. Turning to all of us. Look you love her in the eye, squeezing in the eye, saying don't pay. Good time, play the music, to your mama, because she might not to your mama where to go, because she might not know. Yeah, turn to all to your mama where to go, because she might say, turn to all all right, thank you very much.
Yay!
Hey, I remember that night because Norlane was doing some fancy double camera, triple camera kind of situations. How's she come along with that, like handling the whole video thing?
She's pretty freaking serious about getting those cameras out. Like, yeah. Just way beyond me, man. It's like we got cameras, we're taking videos.
Well,
I've
yeah.
seen a few edits. Honestly, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. And you can both attest to the fact that having someone like that sure comes in handy. Like, you just can't do it all yourself, right? You can't be in front and behind and all that. So
You have to have
it's actually
someone worrying if someone's bumped the camera and put you out completely off the screen.
right.
And it's great. It's like we've learned so much doing that, like about where to put a camera. Like it's funny, like when you've got a video camera and you're moving around the stage, the sound changes all the time. It's like all of a sudden bass is really loud, then guitar is really loud. And so we've learned like how to figure that out, and it's been tons of fun doing that.
You put one camera for the overall shot and the audio, and then the other one roams around and gets the lights and the close-ups and all that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, so what's coming up for you guys? What's you got anything
Are you hoping to see each other this summer?
that nobody knows about that you're
That would be nice. Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
I'll get up to Winnipeg, and Heather, you did a video, right? Like at the Park Theater in Winnipeg. What's that about?
Your guess. You know what? I shot a video of 3 live songs with a couple guitar players. I don't know when it's coming out. I'm sorry. It will come out. It's 3 songs. It's beautiful. People have seen it, but I don't know when it's coming out. So
who's running it?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm not calling anyone out.
Listen to him. Listen to him. It's pestering you, hey?
No, but isn't it like Manitoba music? Aren't they? I thought they were doing. No, it's not. No,
it is, but we haven't figured it out yet. When's it coming out? We don't know yet.
We haven't decided.
It will happen. Don't pressure us.
Yeah, relax,
don't pressure us. Okay.
I got a song. I think it's like a world. It's such a wonderful song. It's a huge song. It's huge. It's the hugest song you could possibly imagine. I just need a drummer.
Right. Well, hey, the call's going out now.
All right, everyone. Calling all drummers. Me. You know what the thing is I did send you one drummer, but he doesn't even have internet.
That was a different song. A different song, and I still want to finish that song with you.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
So send him over. Like he can come over. I got all the mics. I can record him in the basement. It's all fantastic.
I'll tell him that. He'll love that. He would love to do that. There you go. Problem solved. So we have Kirby Sewell waiting in the green room. And,
all right, Kirby.
We're gonna bring him in. So
nice.
You guys can stick around if you want and just be part of it. It's up to you.
I feel like I should like sit on the couch and like make weird noises while Kirby's talking. That would be appropriate.
Well, you can always come back on.
We'll bring you for any longer.
We'll bring you back on for your 2 cents worth, anyways.
Heather,
it's 3 cents. I got 3 cents.
Oh,
yeah, for inflation.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna. We'll see you guys soon.
Okay. Adios, amigos.
Adios, señor. And señorita. Okay, Bob, stop doing that. Stop causing trouble. So now I got Kirby in the green room and his camera's off again. So send him a message and say, hey. Oh, there he is. He's listening. All right, good. Awesome. Hey, sucker. How you doing?
Yeah. So
what's new, Kirby?
It's just ironic that they're big fans of yours and so are we, and you just happen to be available tonight to come talk about whatever
video of hers.
You like that video, eh?
Yeah. I was really impressed. I was like, wow, this is really quite creative, and she's got a beautiful voice.
Yeah, for sure.
Seeing her like when you reminded me that I met him at the. Because I haven't been to the King Eddie that many times. Now I remember. Yeah,
right.
She was singing there, I believe. Yeah, so it's cool.
Nice. It's awesome.
That's the beauty of hosting a jam. You got people like yourself, but also people that are completely unknown that show up and have like just a huge amount of talent and originality too, and you get to discover, because otherwise, how would we know them, right? How would we know them if it weren't for having a community?
There's brilliance everywhere.
Yeah,
some of it's never seen ever.
Some of it never light of day.
Some of it's never seen ever.
Yeah.
I was just looking through some of the links you sent here. What's this, Bella?
That's at the It's a funny story, actually. I could set that one up.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
I wanted to share videos that just were kind of odd, filmed by other people, like at the side of the stages, or something
Yeah,
like that. Like
for sure. Yeah.
story to it. But that was interesting. It was at the Ottawa Blues Festival, and we had just finished our set, and then I got to be indoors where it wasn't pouring rain. Like, I mean, I'm talking torrential rain. Like, it took us like 10 years to get that festival, right? And you have to be asked to play it, and you can't apply to the festival. You have to be asked. And it's like, it rains, and there's like 20 people in front of the stage. And I had done some mindfulness and yoga in the couple years prior, just to sort of like try to calm my fires in my head down, because I'm supposed to perform, right? But when it would rain, or when something go wrong, I'd be like, my fire would go on, and it would affect my performance, right? So I didn't let it happen this time, and I said to I remember seeing the jumbotrons on the stage, and I said to the guys, I said, guys, those jumbotrons are ours for an hour. Let's go kick ass, right? And it was just, and it ended up being like that. All the local people were playing at the time, and we were kind of like a band that nobody ever seen before, So we were the
curiosity.
We were the spotlight, I guess. And it was a really nice stage, and so anybody that was diehard about rain, they walked over. So like by the time our third song was on, there was probably about 500 people there, all like being drenched, and I'm just like, holy crap! Because I recall playing some other festivals out east. We just didn't have much luck, gotten rained out and stuff, and there'd be 20 people there. But so I called them. I called them the Stormtroopers. I said, we went to Toronto like last year and it rained and nobody showed up, but you guys in Ottawa are Stormtroopers.
Right.
So then I played the jam after, and that's what this video is of, because I don't think I have any video of the other one. So yeah, and this is Bella Cat, who's in her own right's an amazing singer.
I hit the wrong button.
What's her name again? What were you saying? What was the artist that you're singing with?
Her name's Bella Cat. She's an artist. I think she's on Nelson now. But
I just did something. Hang on.
Wait,
Okay. I just moved it, and like my cable went flying. I shared the wrong page, and it was like my personal Facebook page.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Sometimes you just have to take a stab and hope and guess that you hit the right one. Damn it!
So was that
all the local Ottawa guys, which they're great.
Is that my page?
Like J.W. Jones is in this band, and like a bunch of guys are in this band. It was a lot of fun.
Is that the one that is? Is that also with the guys from Monkey Junk? Is part of that, or?
No, that's the Big Blues Bender video I sent. That Steve Mariner. I'm actually not on stage in that one. The guys are playing with the Bender Brass, and then Steve Mariner joined them on keys. And it was just the last song of the whole Big Blues Bender, because we were the band that finished it. So it was kind of fun.
Right. So
yeah, I'm sorry.
Were you on tour when you were doing that Ottawa's Blues Fest, or was that a fly in, fly out situation?
They're all fly in, fly out. That's a long story.
Yeah.
There's no touring with a 5-piece band.
Well, I mean, like if you line up a few festivals that are 1 weekend apart.
Yeah, That's like winning the lottery, but I'm grateful for what we got.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
Like we need to like cover a little, just in case somebody here doesn't know you.
There's lots of people that don't know me, man.
No, but that's why I say we need to like cover some bases here. That you've been at it for what, 12, 15 years. The Kirby Sewell band. You had like a kick-ass lineup. 4 albums. How many?
3 albums.
3 albums. You just gave it.
We were just supposed to be fourth, and then I pulled the trigger on the thing. I just didn't feel. I just been like writing and finding myself in the meantime, and just trying for my own thing. And, So 10 years we're almost together. Yeah, that band. But I was in a bunch of other bands before too. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, we'll get back to that after this.
after these messages. Woo!
This is in the Warrington Mall.
I was actually, it was kind of funny because I wasn't quite sure if Toronto and rain what it mean, but here you guys are called the stormtroopers. I think 500 people that in the rain. We got one more here. It's a song that I'm calling as well. It's a song called Honey Hush Slow to See It Again. Kirby Sewell, come on!
Love the behind the scene from your perspective stuff. Mike, the mic's cut off. Your mics are both cut off.
Sorry. Well,
Yeah.
just in case one of us ripped a good one, I thought we'd mute our mics because you never
You
know.
do me like this.
I had chili for lunch, so I have to be careful. That's awesome. Hey, I always love shots like that, like backstage, kind of on stage. Because a lot of videos you get from the audience's perspective, but to get it from someone who's like side stage, I think that's even cooler because you see things that you normally wouldn't see.
Well, you get to be VIP, right?
Yeah. Right, Kirby.
That was a good night. That was a good day. That was kind of like a. That was kind of at our peak. Like we're playing a big festival like that in Canada, and it felt really good just to be in that room and dry and actually have like a crowd that wasn't getting soaked and
Right.
these songs with a great band and like J.W. Jones, and I think that band's called The Split, and the guitar player actually now plays with Samantha, what's her name, out of Toronto. But yeah.
So what artist inspired you to want to do this genre or this feel, or like who influenced you? Who brought you to this place?
I wouldn't say that I was actually influenced by any blues at all. Actually, I was because I grew up in the '80s. I was influenced by a lot of hard rock and heavy metal stuff. Some of my favorite vocalists, who I've since found out that they actually stole a few of their chops from Sam Cooke, which is Steve Perry from Journey. He does da 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 da. So he does it Steve Perry style, but it's the same thing that Sam Cooke did.
Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke, yeah, Sam Cooke. So so that was the I love Steve Perry or Brad Delp from Boston. All these great vocalists, and then I got into Lenny Kravitz and Stone Temple.
Oh yeah, I like Lenny Kravitz. He's a good
Stone Temple Pilots and
and
who else? Ben Harper, a bunch of stuff in the '90s.
Yeah. What was the name of your first band? What'd you name your first band?
Well, that was a project. It was a Christian project, gospel music, and we were called the Acts of God, ACTS, A.C.T.S. of God. It started for Accept Christ the Son of God, and needless to say, my JPMs are really down right now. I don't know if you know what JPM stand for.
Nope.
My Jesus per minute are way down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
So you have to get as many in?
Pardon me?
You have to get as many Jesuses in as possible, like per minute?
Actually there was a thing about that. The Christian radio you had to have so many Jesus in it. It was actually that's why
like a word count per minute.
But so not project,
yeah.
And then what?
That project was in 1993. It's funny, we were going to put they gave us a choice of a CD or cassette. We picked cassette. So it's like, and it was called Acts of God, Accept Christ and God. And the album was called Blow Through Your Heart and Shake You Up. I was a big guy, so I went with Quake and K was my stage name because it was kind of a rap record, actually. And then my partner in crime that did all the music and sang backup and stuff, his name was Hurricane J. So so that's why we're called the Acts of God. So that was my first project. And then I was in a band called, which is kind of a semi-Christian band because there's a bunch of Christian guys in it. We were called Born Naked to begin with, but then the church didn't like it at all. We were actually rehearsing over at First Baptist here, and I remember the youth pastor came up to me and said, Kirby, you're playing this dance or whatever coming up, and the board would like you to change your name. I'm like, well, what do you mean? Well, they don't like Born Naked. And I said, well, what do you mean? We're all born naked. Like, it's like, they just don't like the word naked. And so we actually changed the band name to Bjorn Naked.
No.
Little rebels.
For only one gig. One gig. Bjorn Naked. And needless to say, I didn't last too long in Christian music. I've been treated better by bars. It's
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, but that's all right. I mean, it has its time and place in my life. I'm very grateful for it, actually. Growing up that way is different. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's I'm writing a lot of songs about it now. Actually, it's I don't know why in the world we have systems that tell people they're not good enough or they're wretched sinners or, I don't understand. The one song I have is like, why did somebody tell me that I have to save myself? There's, I have to, it's like, and it's a good question.
Right.
It affects your life when somebody tells you as a child that you're just not quite, there's something wrong with you. You need to get Jesus in your heart,
Yeah.
It really does affect your life.
Yeah.
And I wish Morgan was here to talk about it because, him and I come from a similar background. We've had lots of chats about it. And he probably is equally as bitter as I was. I'm not so bitter about it anymore.
Who'd you say?
Morgan.
Oh, yeah. I know.
We both grew up like that. So we used to get bitter together about it. And
bitter together.
Yeah.
Is that better when you're bitter together?
Not really. There's a lot of good people. There's a lot of good people that I still love in that tradition, including my mom. And people need what they need. Yeah,
it's funny, when I was a little girl, I lived on the farm and no one in my family went to church, so I used to walk to town and go to church by myself.
Sweet.
Really?
What did you like about it?
I like the sense of community. And the potlucks. There was always cake, No.
Yeah, that's right.
I just loved all the food that everyone get together and have a meal after, and I loved the music in it. I loved everyone singing together and just trying to be a more positive, better person, like trying to.
I do miss that. Like the community you get from a church is something that's, I think, needed in this world, maybe perhaps without the Jesus stuff, but
I know exactly what you mean, but that sense of community I really looked forward to church every Sunday because it was, for me, it was like a big picnic.
That's awesome.
Like, we all got together and said some kind things, and then we'd learn about being a better version of ourselves, and then we'd sing, and then sometimes we'd play. I used to go to all the groups too, so I'd go to play all the sports, and then I always wanted to compete, so I'd always memorize.
Where was that?
Bow Island, Alberta.
Oh, I played there a couple of times at the
Bow, Blues at the Bow.
I love that place. One of my favorites.
Yeah, my mom's friends, my mom and dad's friends owned that theater. Wow. So when I was a kid, it was a movie theater, and they had a house across the street on the corner. And I remember I used to run. We used to have the run of the theater while they were all drinking across the street. It was in the early 70s, so no one really watched their kids.
Yeah, that's an epic run. Like,
and I just remember we'd play hide and seek in there, and I just remember playing in there. Like we'd roll things down to the bottom.
I played there too, Kelly. I played there too.
Yeah, I know. Well, you'd be perfect for that place. I love the way they created it into a blues club, and they took part of the chairs out that would go down to the screen, and that was lower than the screen, so they made a big hole, so the dance floor, when people are dancing, you can't even see them. It's like, because the people sitting in their beautiful, and the tables, there's like no lights on, they're all candle, and everyone brought their own alcohol, as BYOB. And bring your own snacks and everything. And
that's right.
But I loved how that's like ideal. That's the way it all should be set up, like a theater where there's, you can still do your like being in a club where you can have a couple drinks or something to eat. And then
Yeah.
I loved how the dance floor was so sunken in that it didn't
it's a
obstruct
very,
the view
very,
of the
very
stage. Like, yeah, you could
very
see
unique-
everything. It was
unique
perfect.
place.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the most unique places I've ever played. And it's really cool when you go in the backstage, you see all these like iconic blues legends like with all over the wall, and you're like, why am I playing here? It's like, God, it's like, oh my God, I'm playing here. It's like it was surreal, you know. I feel really privileged to be. They're great people too that run that place. Yeah.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Regina. Of all
Okay.
places, yes.
And that's where you got into singing through the church. And
The church. I also did like some musicals in high school. I was Oliver Twist, actually. Where is love? Does it come from skies above? In my boy soprano voice, right?
And is that kind of where you discovered that you enjoyed that, or how'd that like become a passion?
Well, I think that's a really deep question, man, Bob. Like, where did Kelly go? She disappeared.
We got time. Oh, she's here. She can hear us. She just put herself off screen. That's
I would say that like, I've since learned like a little bit more of myself medically. I think because my mom told me that I was like, you know, there's nothing wrong with you, you know, as far as your stuff. Like I have ADHD, like, you know, and the thing is, I think a lot of musicians do that. Now that I go, oh yeah, I looked into it after I got it diagnosed. I'm like, oh yeah, like that's me.
Yeah.
And I think, and the reason why I'm telling this is because I'm super honest about it now, because I'm really big on mental health even before this, but I didn't really want to acknowledge it in myself. You have to. It's funny how you have to acknowledge things in your own life before you can see it in the real world.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not like for real. Like,
yeah.
And I think to answer your question, now that with giving you that information, is that's the only way that I could connect.
Right. That was like,
and to this day on many levels, it's the only way that I can connect.
Right.
In a very deep, profound way. I'm not talking that I don't connect in other ways. I do.
Yeah.
I'm a human being, but to myself and to a different world.
But it's a time of reckoning where you also realize that, oh, well, I have ADHD, and you've accepted it, and then you realize, well, so do a hell of a lot of other people.
Well, you just start recognizing other people when you actually read about it. Like, I just didn't pay attention because my mom told me there's nothing wrong with me when I went out through that as a kid, right? Because there was no labels,
right?
There was no diagnosis when I was a kid.
No, for
right?
Sure.
So which has its benefits, and sometimes don't have its benefits. Yeah.
So your mom's words were very helpful in hindsight in that way.
Well, yeah, I've thought about it a lot during COVID, actually. Yeah, like I feel very blessed to have my mom, like a mother like that, because if you could take a camera back to like when I was in school, I just was not there. I was in my head playing music or something else.
Right.
Yeah,
but there you are doing it. That's someone's dreams that got accomplished. Like it's kind of nobody knows the meandering road it took, but at the same time they see what it's like. Look, this kid had a dream, and there you are. He'd be fulfilled.
I definitely had a dream as a kid, because that's pretty much all I had was what was in my head, because I didn't have too many friends or because of the ADHD.
Right.
Now I see that now, but
right. But you made the best of it, because
yeah, man, yeah.
Like nobody knows Kirby Sewell as not being the most social guy wherever he is. You know what I mean?
I'm a bit of a recluse at times, though. People probably don't know me, but it's like, when I'm out, I'm Kirby, and when I'm home, I'm a little more, a bit of a recluse sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it takes a lot of energy to do that. So when I go home, I I get my energy back. Yeah. So
What's this video here at the Ironwood? What are you doing?
well, yeah,
there?
this is actually the reason why I picked this one is my friend George Thompson filmed this, and it's a pretty good sounding one. And that was the last time he ever was at the Ironwood, and he died of cancer about a year later. And he's just a dear friend of mine. I miss him dearly. He's a big mentor of mine, and I remember this one when he asked me. And I'm sorry to be a loser.
Oh, sorry. I can't control when it starts playing.
Look at both.
What happened there? I just went
I don't
right
know
to
what happened. Maybe that's when it ended. I don't know. Yeah.
That's funny. That was awesome. I like that little, also the dog.
Hey, one thing I did notice at all of your shows, as much as the talent that was on stage, that was incredible. Because like Morgan can do anyway, he can be interesting for 2 hours in a row. You had major control over, like, they wouldn't go randomly rogue on you. Like, the show was the show. It was tight, and like there was spots for solos, but they didn't go. This was the only song that was
Yeah,
there was.
we
I remember that.
Neil Gunnell's really a genius. Like, he really is. Like, if it wasn't for him, like, I mean, it'd be different. I know how to put on a show too, but it's just ideas like that where we're gonna have one song that that is gonna be towards the end of the night, and it's gotta be right there. I learned a lot from him that way. And that's how you build the show. You have to have the right songs. Like the song number 3 or 4 is going to be down a little bit. You bring it up, you bring it down, bring it up. That kind of stuff. I mean, comes naturally to me. But to make the show better, these other ideas like that are just like.
What was that? Who was on drums there?
That was Jim.
That's Rylan. Actually, he's one of my favorite drummers. Because he has so much energy.
Yeah, I know Rylan.
So much fun to watch.
Yeah, and, I thought that's not Jim. He doesn't have that much hair.
No. Sometimes Jim subbed out. So in that particular one, he had subbed out to think of playing the jazz orchestra or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, no, there's a reason why I picked that, because it highlights the guys, and I get to talk about them and not me.
Yeah.
So
I wonder where Jeff went. I was gonna bring Jeff back on. If he's listening, put your camera and mic back on. We'll bring you back on to chat with us. But maybe maybe he's eaten a sandwich by now. Who knows? Oh, there he is. He heard me. Wonderful.
That was eating a sandwich.
When did you really decide to make a go of it, or was it just like things fell one after another?
I think that's a confidence thing, really, because I mean, I'm old, right? Like, geez, like.
Well, gee, who the hell do you think you're talking to?
Yeah, I know. I get it. I tried a few times, but not with the same level of enthusiasm, and it's also money as well. I'd done really well in sales, and I was tired of it, and I just wanted to make the go of it. And I took a lot of money, and my own money, and did that. Yeah.
Hey, that's the dream. A lot of people don't have all the elements to be able to say, okay, I can do this.
You need a lot of money to do that.
Well, not just that. You need the talent, the right people around you, the right project.
Everything. You wouldn't spend the money unless you had the talent, right? But it's
that's not as obvious as you make it seem. Right?
Yeah, I know. I don't mean to sound like that, but it's just, I'm a business guy too. Yeah.
Right.
One of my exes used to call me the Gene Simmons of the blues.
What made you focus on blues? Is that something that just like grew into?
My voice, back to Kelly's question, my voice was just leaned that way. It's funny. I'm doing some vocal coaching now, and then trying to help a friend, and it's more to me, we're focusing more on mindfulness and intent and silence and things like that, to listen to herself, and because oftentimes, not to say that she couldn't sing this other genre, she probably could. I just like to challenge people out of their own brain plasticity and just listen to their voice. And what does it resonate? Like, what is that? Like, it's you, and it's got to be authentically you. But what does it fit the best in? So oftentimes, I mean, if you would ask me when I first started what kind of singer I want to be, I want to say I want to sing in a hard rock band.
Right.
I can't sing that high.
No, well, not,
So the thing is,
neither can everybody else.
and I wasn't gonna wear a jockstrap, like really tight jockstrap either to make me sing that high. So
Yeah.
So oftentimes we want something in our head that isn't exactly what we can do. And it's interesting, Jeff. I liked your daughter's response about some of the questions about what she's doing, and that she just sits with it, to find what she wants to do with it business wise. And I think this is so smart. If most artists would do that, it would come out way more as beauty than just the moment. There's the moment that you capture with people, and that's the studio and the stuff that you capture. Then there's the stuff and the magic of marketing and the magic of sitting with it and understanding how does this song really resonate with people, and then you make a video. You do all these other things that fit with it, right? And when I see that kind of artistry, I really get excited. So I don't know if she's still on, but I'm really impressed. So that's great. So
it's so interesting that you're talking about that, Kirby, because the whole economic thing about art is almost antithesis, divorced from. It's like a totally different subject from the art part of the art. And pretty well all the musicians that I know, have said, well, not all of them, but have said, like, we're making art here. We're not making money. And
right.
But it's like, how do you make that a lifelong passion? Never mind a career, when the money situation is so intransigent. Like right now, like you could say, like even 20 18 months ago, you could make money being in front of people and selling shit to them, whether it's hard copies or downloads or t-shirts or whatever. But now we've had like this long period of time where that just doesn't work. So as an artist, what's your foundation then? Like, how do you create a base for yourself that can nourish you as you try to do your art? Feed you, give you a shelter.
You mean, how do I build a base for myself to pay my bills? Is that what you mean?
Well, I mean, obviously pay your bills. How do you live from your art? Or if not from your art, then where do you get it from?
Okay, so let's just find the question, because I heard two different things. How do I nourish myself as an artist? Like, does that mean spiritually or physically?
That's good. Yeah, I think it's not, those aren't necessarily two different things, but a soul's got to eat.
That's true. Well, that's a really good question, because money is a very interesting thing when it comes to art. I've changed my mind about it a lot. So I learned a lot from being in the Kirby Sewell band about what not to do and what to do as well. Some things go well, some things don't, right? And I'm very thankful for the people in Calgary and the Ironwood, and very thankful for the fans that would come all the time and fill the place. If it wasn't for that, I could have never afforded to fly to the Ottawa Blues Festival or fly to these places, which I'm truly grateful for, because those are great experiences. Like, oh my God, those are great experiences. But at the same time, I was slowly going bankrupt, right? So because it costs a lot to keep it going, a 5-piece band, and sometimes you lost money, right? And you take it on the chin. And as a singer in a band, it's hard. I found it very hard so about halfway through, I had to change my mindset, because it wasn't working. I had all these fires, like I was explaining earlier. Like, I had the social media hat and the business hat and the logistics hat, the tour booking I did all the booking and all that kind of stuff. So when things went wrong, often my performance would suffer because I couldn't be completely there. So I got into yoga and mindfulness, which has nothing to do with paying the bills, but it certainly helped me be present and be the person that I'm supposed to be on stage, not the business person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then since then, I've actually read a book called The Soul of Money. And I had one fan get really, really angry at me one time. And I put the two and two together when he told me this, because he got angry at me because he felt that I gave up, which I kind of did for a while. And he's like, Kirby, you have a wrong relationship with fame. And he starts banging on the table and he goes, you know, fame is a currency. And it's the first time I've ever heard that. And I've never, and as an artist, any young artist that I coach right now, I would say, know what your relationship with money is and know why you're doing it. Not just the art, but why do I want to make this money? Like, why do I want to make this money? Why do I want this currency of fame? Because I had a wrong relationship with fame. I didn't want it. And he's like, you need fame. And it's like he pounding the table and he goes, it doesn't have to be a bad thing like other people abuse. He goes, it has to be, you have to know why you want it so you can build a platform. So I'm doing that now, and it's more philanthropy based because that's sort of where my head's always been at. You know, if I release something like an NFT, probably this new NFT technology is very exciting. So I'm on the cusp of that, and you can build a charity right in it, and automatically as soon as somebody buys it, the charity gets their money. I don't have to do any accounting. It's all crypto technology, right? So the world's changing to a model that will allow an artist to really manage their business more effectively and be able to feel like they're giving more and they're going to be able to collaborate. Back to this collaboration, there's a lot of collaboration going on, like your daughter said. There's artists all over the world, visual artists that want to work with a studio production of some kind of music. So it's pretty exciting. So, you know, but back to that, I think fame is a currency. You have to know why you want to be famous. And when you start asking yourself that question, right, it gets a little scary because you become the 14-year-old kid again. And you have to deal with those childhood desires. And so I did a lot of meditation, silent retreats and things like that to find out where that was sitting. So that was super powerful for me anyway. But yeah, and I got to deal with a lot of that stuff so I can answer those questions, and that's why I broke up the band, because I needed time to really find myself and really find a real strong core for something that I maybe might do and might not do. I don't know. I'm just working on some stuff right now.
Well, give me a shout when you want to do a co-write or you need like guitar player or something. I'll be in there for you, buddy.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I'm just learning. You know, if it wasn't for Morgan, he introduced me to the program that he records on, and
Cool.
he's introduced me to that. So now I just gotta mess around with it and learn it a bit. And he put a bunch of guitar down, laid all these guitar tracks down for this song I wrote.
Oh, that's awesome.
But again, the song I wrote, I want to actually make my own video out of it, and I'm just going to release it on Facebook after I get all the tracks in. And the
awesome.
video is a community. It's kind of a COVID-y song, but not. It's like but I can make it a COVID-y song, and I'm going to do a video of a bunch of people singing it. Like, it's just going to be a fun song. Yeah, so I can't wait. It's very country. I don't know why. Every time I write a song, it is so hillbilly. I go, where is this coming from?
Where are those roots coming from, Kelly? I wonder.
Hey, did we have the same thing going on in Calgary? Like, you know, in Nashville, where you get these pods of musicians that want to do backing tracks or, you know, make you famous. Is that, like, I haven't really seen that in Calgary. Is it going on here?
There is. but it was always around, like you're talking about, like who are the session players in town?
Yeah.
The recording studios have them all on a short list. That's for sure. So if you talk to like Johnny Gasparic or the guy at anyway, any of them who run any of those recording studios, they know who to call. But the difficulty is like I can send you a one take guy who will do more than you ever wanted. And he'll do it at your place because he doesn't have the recording facilities, and you seem to do it.
Or just call Morgan. Just call Morgan, and he'll do it. And he'll just
Morgan's
a guitar player.
Hey, wait till Morgan finishes my song. he's like days away from completing his lead.
That's awesome.
But they're clearly not marketing like they are in Nashville. Like Nashville, you got an ad list. Like how long for these shops?
Right, but the difference is Nashville is like a destination to have a writing team and to record and produce a Nashville promoted album. Right, Calgary,
and you have to have at least $500,000 to play.
Yeah.
They gotta pay to play.
No, wait a minute. Like I don't know Abby's full story, but like it didn't cost her $500,000 to get her album recorded. Like somebody
you can go down there. It's actually affordable to go down and get a group of session guys together for a day and cut a song. I got my buddy is as soon as all this stuff is wound up, that's where we're going. We're gonna go do that.
I wasn't saying the recording.
I just thought they're so out there in terms of their advertising and their passion for what they're doing. And I know there's a ton of great musicians in Calgary, and I think what I've seen is a bunch during this pandemic have come back north from where they might have been down south. So I know they're out there. I know they're doing stuff. It's just
what I meant when I said $250,000 to $500,000 is I meant that's if you're gonna tour that album and you're gonna have a video, you're gonna have 3 videos, you're gonna have it all laid out like a strategy. Yeah. Because people that go to Nashville don't just think about the recording.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just thinking about the recording, you'll probably just have the recording and it won't cost you that much. Right.
Yeah.
So
it won't go that far.
And it's cool if you just want to go to the recording, but
if I went there, I'd go to every jam and open mic possible.
They're so competitive there. It's amazing. Yeah. But I've been trying to explore with like Facebook advertising and stuff like that to see what works to push a video or a new song. I mean, it's beyond. And I've had some help with it, but it's just I don't see the connection. So you got to have a voice like Kirby's, I think, to make the whole thing work.
Yeah, or something. Maybe his pizzazz.
So Kirby, where did you record? Did you record here in Calgary, or did you where?
Neil recorded at his place, so he has it's all digital and
okay.
For the most part, we did some vocals at other studios, but the record was done internally through all the guitars and drums and everything are all based on sounds on a computer. Performances are done by Jim.
Yep.
Then they're subbed out to Drumagog and different programs, make it possible for the drums to be lifted, and you can do anything with them.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's even gotten better 7 years ago. That was 7 years ago.
Oh, Neil did a wonderful job. Like the album sounds great. Like just absolutely.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Neil did an amazing job.
Yeah. So are you thinking are you musically thinking of playing with different? Because when you did the Pauls, that was a bit of a different. It wasn't the hard hitting blues like you did with the Kirby Sewell band.
Well, I kind of purposely did that because I had taken some vocal lessons from Tamara Beatty, who is the vocal coach of The Voice, and she made me cry my first lesson, real from my heart, because it's just most vocal coaches always would want to hear me belt and they just go wow or whatever. give me a few tips here and there, but she kind of ripped me apart and said, you know, you could be this good. And she played me a song, but you have to learn how to shift some gears. And it was more about the softer stuff, because Neil always wanted me to belt, and he wrote songs belting. And so I purposely wanted to sing Paul McCartney and Paul Simon, because they're that type of singer.
Right.
And I think I achieved it on some of the stuff, and I think I learned a lot from singing others. And and some people were disappointed because they wanted to hear this maybe super professional project, but at times it probably wasn't as super professional because I was learning, and that's fine. And I didn't care. I sort of lost my propensity for perfectionism that way. Like,
right, but you know what? A lot of the times, you know, learning's okay too. And you kind of sometimes got to learn in the moment, into the throes of it, because then you know exactly what's going to work. You know, like sometimes you could do it. I get that, and I think as long as you just keep up your moxie, I think it won't even. No one won't even know.
That's right. That's right. And it got good after about 6 months, and we knew which songs fit my voice, and you know, you got to do that. And so as a result, I'm singing. My singing's changed a lot. So, you know, I still have the big prowess if I want it, but I have a much more softer tone now on different things.
Yeah.
So it's been nice. And so I've been experimenting with that and writing songs, and I'm in the studio every week pretty much now.
Nice. So you still got your chops up. That's nice. Yeah. So what's this video here I have?
Singing a lot to myself.
What's this here? What's it called here? I'm trying to see.
Kevin Warren. This is
I'm gonna hit it
because Kevin Warren did this like way back. What day is it?
I don't know.
2016?
I just hit play, so it's gonna start. It'll start on its own time.
December 17th, 2016.
Yeah.
Nice. Here we go.
My baby's not ready. It's good. It's not everything I can have. Everything I do, I do wrong. You see, I try real hard. Get along without your mind. You see, I try real hard. Get along without your mind. That's what I did. She's around. She's around. She's my baby's got She's got everything I do now. Everything I do wrong. I do wrong. I believe my baby's out of way. I believe my baby, my baby, my baby. Gonna make it. Everything I do is wrong.
Man, I sure wish Mike can get it together. Huh? That was
that one came
This guy's-
together well. And Brent Wright is such an amazing guitar player. Like, oh my god, like,
yeah.
did you hear that? Like, this is like, wow. And then of course my old roommate Don Muir on keyboards. I mean, he used to play at Dutch Mason. I mean, it was a good day.
Yeah.
Those guys kicked ass. That was fantastic. Really great.
Yeah, amazing, man.
I used to go to
Really
Brent's jam at the old Mikey's, like on the Sunday nights or Wednesday nights or whatever odd night that the free for all jazz stuff those guys would do is like, oh
Yeah,
it was
man.
unreal. It's like, man,
Yeah.
like you have to pay to see, like you should have to pay dearly to see some such talent, right? It's like that's anyway. It's just, and sadly he's
No,
no longer in Calgary,
I'm
but
privileged to play with like people like that a
Yeah.
lot, including yourself. Like, man, I love coming down and jam with you guys. Like, it's like I should, I'm back to Kelly's point about learning. I mean, for a while there, I just didn't go to jams, and I wish I wouldn't have made that decision, because I could have learned a lot more. So, but hey, I was busy, that's for sure. For part of it, but then part of it was just like, oh no, I only charge money at my shows. People have to pay come see my shows.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
So-
it's you gotta be there at some point, right?
there's validity to that because we've seen the other way work around, right? Where it's like some people who can see someone for free, then they can never get
Yeah.
out of that quagmire, right?
Yeah.
That
Well, that was
situation.
my mindset at the time, but
Yeah.
I think I could have been a little more relaxed about it.
Oh, I think you're
I
good.
could have
I
learned a
mean,
lot more. But
yeah, I think we need to set an example for people to help them value music properly.
that's true, and that's definitely what it was about for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I remember somebody saying to me, I think it was Mikey actually, you can't charge more than $10 a show, man. Oh yeah, I said, really, what?
Yeah.
And then I didn't stay there
Yeah.
for a long time because he
Yeah.
would only let me charge $10. And then sooner or later he came around. He said, "Yeah, okay, $20. Okay, you can have $20."
Yeah.
Especially at his old place because the capacity was so
Well,
small.
That's
It's
right.
easy
You're
to
not going to
Yeah.
make money at $10 at that old place. And he made so many bands play for $10 at that place, which is just what the hell? Like, you can't make no money as a 5-piece band at that place.
It's great to have a really loving audience though, and you got a great audience at that
Yeah.
old place.
No, that I love that place. And it, if you go by there now, they actually tore it down, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went by there the other day. I'm like, what the hell? It's
But
gone.
I mean, on the flip side, his new location is way better. Like not as
I haven't
a
been
I'm
there.
not quite
It's
sure-
good,
I'm
eh?
not quite sure if it is. I'm not quite sure if it is as far as atmosphere that for music. I mean,
that
it
hole
was-
in the wall atmosphere. No, it's not there. But we're in
really?
Calgary,
I
not in-
thought the old place had way more mojo.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But
Yeah. I mean, it
Yeah,
didn't
that-
sound as good. It had this kind of, but
It had a great
It
stage,
had-
great
it had that living room
acoustics.
sort of
That first,
atmosphere.
yeah, it was really good. It was really wonderful in that first bit. But there's a ton to be said for a larger room with good sound quality. I mean, it's you
No,
bring the
yeah,
same, you bring that
crazy.
energy to more people.
He has improved that for sure in that new location. There's no question.
Well,
It's just,
and
it's just
like,
you lost that living room feel, and
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was so
Well, maybe
tight.
It's
in
not
that
as warm. It's not as warm
Yeah.
as the sound in there.
yeah, maybe
It's not
he's
as
getting
warm as
too
the
big
sound.
for that. He was getting too big for that.
Yeah.
Like, you
True.
know, that's
Well, we didn't play
Kitchen
there anymore
party.
after a while. We hadn't played Mikey's for years until we got the new one because
it was too
of
small.
the fact that it's just too small, and you know, yeah, I couldn't stretch my arms out without hitting by something,
Yeah.
you know.
You can't make money in a place that size.
We did all right.
Well,
You can have fun.
it was a stepping stone anyway. For
Oh
everybody,
yeah,
right?
it's great.
It was,
It's great.
it was a stepping
Great place-
stone for him.
it was a great place to have our first gigs for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some of our first original gigs were there, and we were learning still, yeah, and writing some new songs and trying them out in people and all that stuff. Yeah.
So what do you think is the deal for young people now? Like for the kids coming out of their teens now, like is there a path for music for them, or
I think there's going
is
to
that
be.
done?
I mean, first of all, it has to come from the heart. Like, I mean, the business has always been sucky. Like, I mean, it's always been like 1% of the people getting money and the rest not. It's always been that way, and it's been that way with everything, including corporations. So why should it be any different than for musicians?
I think it's way better. I think it's way better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's way better.
Now we're trying to catch up to what they're doing already, meaning auto-produce, self-produce, right?
Yes. So there's a lot of access to better tools now. There's a lot of access. Like, I mean, it was amazing to me what's happened in 7 years actually since I've recorded a record. Unreal. You know, even what GarageBand has. Like, oh my God, you could pick up. Speaking of Gavin, the drummer that was in the studio this week, there's an actual name on GarageBand for a drummer, Gavin, and and you know, you can change the snare out, and there's a little description that says what kind of drummer he is. And then based on the
I want a Marty. Give me a Marty.
But based on the drummer, the emoji like of the drummer matches the sound, and so you know you got a Motown kit by looking at the picture.
Right.
You know, so we were looking for a Motown kit because the song that I'm recording, and hopefully writing with my cousin, I have a melody, but I don't have all the words yet. So we got a groove, like the groove down exactly the way I hear in my head, like, you know, to write to. So now I have this groove, and it's amazing how good it sounds. Like, I'm like, holy crap, this is just a little loop. But then once you could actually get Gavin to play, the real Gavin, and and then depending on the kit, how busy it is. I mean, a lot of jazz stuff you can't comp out and change, but you know, with pop music and blues music, you can, and just change the kick sound out, because I don't really like that kick. But so we played around with it already to get the right sound, so we know exactly that Stax record kind of. You know, the next record that I do is going to be a modern approach to Stax of late '79. It's going to be like orchestras, horns, like big soul vocals, like, you know, yeah.
Awesome. Well,
so I'm looking forward to it. We've been getting together for the last few weeks.
Is this like an announcement, or is this like an announcement to the public right now, or
no, there's no announcement. You know, who knows what's going to happen. I mean, half the time I'm shitting myself here going, oh, you know what, do I want to do this again? Like, do I really want to do this again? Because I don't usually do something unless I go big with it.
Yeah.
That's sort of my thing. And I don't know if I want to do that. I'm just sort of sitting here going, this is more for me, this record.
Good.
This is my
your healing process.
Well, I would say so, and even lyrically, for sure. Yeah. It's starting to come out, like, the ideas and what I see in the world too. Wow, like, so much division. So there's a lot of together songs.
Yeah.
You know, because it's Stax Records. It's you know, it's come on, let's get together and be better humans. You know, So it's a very humanistic record. My one friend called it a New Age Christian record without the Jesus.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, and I said, what? I said, well, I guess you gotta get that out of it from like that. But it's just kind of, it's just saying what's on my heart. So about the world and myself and the past and what I've learned about my humanity in the last 5 years and what I've learned from observing humanity in COVID, things like that.
Yeah. Right. And everybody will be able to relate. There's not a single person in the world that cannot relate what we just went through, right? Because we all went through.
And you know, one of the songs is called, that particular song is called what are we fighting? What are you fighting for?
Right.
And it's asking the question, what are you fighting for?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what they're fighting for, and they don't know why they're upset either. Like, you know, because they haven't spent the time to figure that out. Maybe, you know, like what I would never say what Donald Trump would say to somebody else if I actually sat with my heart and I'd figure out that there's some serious childhood shit coming out. You know? And all you know, I'm tired of watching politicians throw sand at each other. You know,
but
the music is always going to be what's going to bring people the message
together.
Not the politician, I can tell you that.
And together.
So right. So it's a protest record. It's an absolute protest record. It's a protest record, but it's not cynical. It's very, very much. Well, Gavin put it to. Not that I'm not going to sound like Marvin Gaye, but the concept that Marvin Gaye was going after is very much what this record's about.
Cool. That's a beautiful plea to leave us with.
Nice.
Yeah. I hear it.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for both of you guys being on the show. We appreciate it because it just gives people a chance to get to know you guys in a different light instead of that few minutes they may be able to talk to you on the side of the stage or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, side of the stage. That's where I'm always hanging out.
That's right. We're hanging out. We're gonna create some music and then maybe we can all, you know, do little pieces of a puzzle and put it together and then put it on this show. You never know. That was the goal for me and Jeff. And then it kind of went, I tried doing some recordings and I thought, this sucks. I need a better program than this.
So is that a grand piano in your living room?
Yeah. It's a bit far away. I can't play it, but
it's a green screen. See?
See what I did there?
I was looking at your background, wondering, you know, it didn't seem quite right.
Well, it's still daylight there, first of all.
Oh yeah.
Well, let me tell you a story. When Michael Jackson came over and we did a rehearsal in my living room.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I have one of those.
My piano's real, see?
So he was jealous, so he put a green screen piano in his.
Yeah, well, something like that. I was jealous of his green screen, so I just went and got a piano.
But your door works, Bob. Like,
not only she got a piano, she got a whole living room to go with it.
Yeah, I got flowers in the back. See, someone gave me some flowers.
So Kelly, tell me about this record of yours before you go.
Record?
Well, you tell me you keep on recording these songs, and you.
Oh, it would be. I'm so embarrassed for anyone to hear it that it'll probably never come out because maybe it's because it's maybe it's a picture inside of myself that I don't show anybody, and it's from my roots where I grew up, so it's so hillbilly, and I just think it's just corny and ridiculous. So
oh, that's better come out then. Now we're really we're all gonna be on you now.
I don't know. Like I wrote.
I thought yeah.
I've written one song. So many like songs, but like they all come out in 2 minutes, and then once I get it out and play it a few times and get the whole band to play it, and I get all the sounds out of my head, then I just never really touch it again. Like It's so weird.
Well, I mean, that can be a process. I mean,
Yeah,
nope.
yeah. It's just
I mean,
part of
it's
the.
only
I don't
last-
know.
It's only the last 200 years that people actually release stuff.
Yeah.
There wasn't,
Yeah.
So when you think about it, there's been a hell of a lot more artists than all artists combined. There's been way more artists that are just gypsies that traveled from town to town that nobody ever knows, and they're dead now.
Yeah.
So the thing is like we have such a lens on ourselves of achievement that I think that's a beautiful thing that you just said, that you actually do for yourself. I don't, that's sort of what I'm doing now, and I'm scared as hell too, actually, to be quite frank.
I find if I try to write something for someone else's ears, it stunts the song coming out. So the song has to come out with the thought that no one else will hear it, because otherwise I wouldn't be as honest about it.
The filters come down. The filters come on.
That's what you want. That's the right thing.
I know, but
now we need to hear it.
Okay, well, I'll get to work. I got this new toy to play with. So, that sounds gross.
So what have you been doing? What have you been doing?
What's that?
Enough about Jeff and I.
Oh yeah, well, I'll just tell you. The last song I just wrote is called "Still Standing," and it's just it's kind of COVID inspired, and it's just, you know what? Like, there's so many people have flourished having to dig deep and be by themselves and figure out what's really important to them again. Because I think we were all in a haze for a while there, and we were just kind of going with the motions. And then when you lose everything, you realize what kind of is important to you. And so where you're still standing and you're still being yourself and you're still valuing things. I think we learned a lot about ourselves and what's really important to us right now. And I don't know, I've done so many good things with myself in this, I'll tell you though, the first few months, at first, because I lost all my jobs, right? I had a job at a big gym and I worked at playing music and stuff. I lost everything. I was just like, I thought, I got all this free time. Next thing you know, 3 months went by and I'm 20 pounds heavier and depressed as shit, So I started I talked to a bunch of women, all my old clients, not all my old clients, but my friends and some of my old clients were messaging me and saying how depressed and how they were just feeling so horrible. So I started a support group, but it was a workout once a day. And I didn't take any money or anything. And we just met every day at the same time, 7 days a week, and worked out. That's it. So that's what we did.
Good for you.
That's great. Yeah, I lost my job too. So I get it. I lost my job. And then a friend came to me. And in June of last year, and said, "Do you want to start this business? And I'll show you how to run this business." And it's an online business that I do, and so I haven't been on Facebook. I haven't been doing much. I was writing songs still and stuff, but just I had to get this business. I had to make money, right? So I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure people are paying you to have them run up a hill.
They are now.
Yeah. So it's like that's what you do, right? And that's
I run up a hill.
That's awesome. You run up lots of hills all day long. I'm not quite sure if I'd want to pick that job, but that's for sure.
I had a couple ladies today saying, one lady said to me, she goes, "Kelly, I think you should go back to school, trainer school, and maybe they can teach you how to be nicer." I went, I am being nice. Get to work.
Southpaw, what have you been doing, Bob? What have you been doing?
2 things that turned into a monster. One of them was a recording project with a band that I had joined, not knowing there was a recording project behind it. So I've been doing the whole catching up to the studio techniques of today and the sound and all that. That's coming out soon, but it's not my project. But I just took it on because I had the time and the interest.
Whose project is it?
Kate Pink and the Medicine. And then And then some kind of some kind of design engineering thing came up. So I'm working on that, and hopefully that will turn into something once I have a working prototype. So I'm working on that.
Design engineering of what?
Machinery. Yeah.
Oh, so it's a product you're building.
Yeah. Out of demand for a little niche market that might exist. Anyway,
Well, that's
so
exciting.
I'm creating. And it kind of ties in. It's like everything, hands off because of COVID. The less people involved, the more, So you replace some of the things with machinery to do what humans used to do in a service industry, right? So it's kind of something like that. I can't say much right now because I don't have.
No, I understand.
Have it together yet, but once I do,
get the patent before you say anything.
Sorry.
Get the patent before you say anything. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if that's relevant these days anymore. Well, first of all, because I'm not creating something, it's like an iPhone or a phone or whatever. Okay, there's a whole bunch of components that are patented on their own.
Yes, that's right.
I'm playing Lego with ideas that already exist, right? I'm just packaging them together.
Okay. Cool.
Anyway,
super cool. Good for you.
He made me a stand for my iPad in his 3D printer, which I thought was pretty cool. I use it in my boot camp. I put my timer. Cool. I use it for my boot camp timer, so everyone knows when to switch exercises.
And so, Bob, did you design that 3D print yourself, or did you borrow one from the interweb?
Well, I use the 3D printer to prototype my designs. So
okay.
I make little components. I design what I need, and then I make the component. I print them on the printer real quick, and then I get to see if it works out or not, and then continue on and assemble. I mean, I can show you bits and pieces, but it's really not that impressive.
Here, I'll show you what he made for me.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so I just go into the little there.
Nice.
So, there you go. So now it sits like a little stand, and my iPad just goes right here.
Yeah. I've been blown away. Like there's websites with all these codes for different 3D printed things. It's just it's amazing how much people are sharing.
Yeah. Open source. Well, so anyway, like for example, the iPad stand was like while I'm learning how to get my printer working, and suddenly it's like, oh, this would be handy, and it's like it's a simple design, so I draft it up, and then I go through all the steps to get it to print from concept to this. So the concept wasn't complicated, but it was to at least have a pathway so that when I'm working on my thing, I already have all the links together in a sense that I can go from concept to print, right?
Yeah.
I need to figure that out somewhere, somehow, right? So anyway, that's been keeping me busy. It's something that I really love. That and the music, like the whole producing thing, I deep dive into that. Like it spent hours and hours and hours, and I just realized there was a lot of catching up to do.
He also made me a thing that holds your iPhone. It's like adjustable, and it screws on the top of a mic stand.
Right.
Because he came over and he saw that I had it all duct taped.
Oh, okay.
Nice. So, like, everybody makes an iPhone clip, but all of our friends are musicians. They have mic stands. So, they a clip that goes in a stand. That's the idea, right? It's just the little niche thing that you're missing, right? So,
okay, you know what, man? We should talk offline and let's market some of these products. Actually,
I got some ideas too. Wink, wink.
The Southpaw Kirby.
No, I love it.
We'll call it the Serby.
Yeah,
Serby.
No. It's I like Southpaw way better. It's a great name for a guitar.
South Kirby.
Anything musician, Southpaw.
South Kirby, actually, that's got a lot of panache. Like it's serious.
South Kirby Paw.
Oh no, it's terrible.
Okay, we're just going mad now.
Yeah. All right, Kirby, I will reach out to you offline. Not tonight, but
Yeah, because
soon.
I have a store, and I'm gonna in the next year or so I'm gonna start doing my own products actually.
Okay, and I'll meet you at the stairs
I'm
in
making it in
Bonus.
China, and then I'm making it in China, and then that's how I'm gonna fund my touring actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, so Kirby, I'll meet you tomorrow at the stairs in Bonus, and we're gonna go up there. Let's do 12 laps.
I started going back to yoga this week. I've been doing a dance class, and I'm so out of shape. So I'm just slowly. I'll work my way up the stairs.
All right.
Have done
Let me
stairs
know.
a few times at Glenmore. You know the Glenmore at South Glenmore Park. That's a nice one for me because I can do it 3 times and I'm winded and I'm done. And the first time I did, I was like, "Holy crap!" So those I do those sometimes, but when I'm
the ones in Bonus are pretty fun.
They are.
Like I did 12 times. I went up those stairs 12 times and it burned like 680 calories.
That's not even a donut. Jeez.
What?
Like
well, don't eat a donut then. I'm gonna go. Speaking of donuts, I got some cake in the fridge. I gotta go take care of.
Yes, I really appreciate you guys last minute saying hi and wanting me to come
on the show. Thank you. Thank you, and thank you too, Jeff.
Oh yeah, a ton of fun. You guys, enjoyed it. Good to see you, Kirby,
nice to see you,
and Bob, Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a story. No.
Thank you.
See you later, Kirby.
And we'll
see you later, Jeff. Bye. Okay, Bob. I guess we did another show. This was episode number 17.
Yay! Yeah, gotta keep going. Gotta keep going.
You keep saying that, but
oh yeah,
we're missing something here.
Yeah, that's okay.
See the name at the bottom of the screen?
yeah, it's written. Anyway, that's all right.
Okay, so
snap.
I'm so glad we had this time together.
Keep going.
So we could, I don't know, get together and have a laugh or two.
Have a laugh. Right.
And just when you thought you saw it all. So long. Say so long. And
so
wait.
long.
So long.